The NBA playoffs, where legends create their legacies. Lots of great players overperforming night in and night out. 2023, the Jimmy Butlers, Nikola Jokic, and Devin Bookers of the world on another level.
How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. If you're new to my channel and want to learn more about the NBA, all sorts of different NBA topics you want to hear about, hit the subscribe button. I post multiple times a week on different videos you don't want to miss out. While the 2023 playoffs flying by, the first round absolute travesties includes Dillon Brooks, Jrue Holiday, Kevin Huerter, Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley all got absolutely destroyed in the first round. Dillon Brooks not returning with Memphis, talk shit about LeBron, got a taste of his own medicine, while Jrue Holiday absolutely dominated by Jimmy Butler. Donovan Mitchell choking against New York, MSG, too much pressure, laid an egg, while Kevin Huerter did not shoot the ball well against Golden State, and Evan Mobley just got out-muscled by Mitchell Robinson. My goodness, those were the biggest travesties of the first round of the playoffs, while other former all-time great players like Kyle Lowry used to be considered a playoff failure before Kawhi Leonard, every playoffs with the Raptors before shutting up his critics in 2019. LeBron James got absolutely roasted in the 2011 finals. There were many questioning whether the 26-year-old would even win a title, but James absolutely exceeded expectations, proved that the Mavs series was an anomaly, while Giannis before 2021, after getting outplayed by Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, considered a choker before finally being aggressive and leading Milwaukee to the title, while guys like Dirk Nowitzki was considered a choker before 2011, especially in the 07 playoffs versus Golden State first round. Nobody anticipated his historic run, and David Robinson before the 99 title, San Antonio in contention every year, but he never really had a true second option. His game very limited come postseason time and didn't win before Tim Duncan's arrival. But not every great player having a bad postseason, underperforming, can be erased from their legacies. Even the ones that are still able to win a title, still known for underachieving, giving their talents. Here are 10 great NBA players known for underachieving in postseason play.
Starting with Wilt Chamberlain, the greatest physical specimen the game has ever seen. His regular season scoring numbers destroys his playoff stats out the water. At 7-1, a total 18 playoff series wins, the leading scorer for only 4 of those series. Didn't start truly winning till he played a more balanced game. The Boston Celtics and Bill Russell his kryptonite, losing 4 Game 7s to Russell, especially in the book of basketball written by Boston's Bill Simmons, basically dedicated a whole chapter why Russell better than Wilt. Despite finally winning in 67, his Sixers supposed to repeat in 68. No Billy Cunningham, a 3-1 series blown lead to Boston, proceeded to become the first team to do so. Scored 20 points, 6 of 21 Game 6, 8 of 22 from the line. Melted Game 7, 14 points, 9 field goal attempts, 6 of 15 from the line. Joined the Lakers only to beat with Butch Burdickov so badly. After getting hurt fourth quarter of Game 7, coach refused to put him back in. The two Eagles collided, a devastating 2-point loss, a pedestrian 11-point average. Even in his 100-point game season, averaged 15 points fewer the entire postseason, only scored 22 in Game 7 versus Boston. Come winning time, worst rival Bill Russell, who wasn't known as a high scorer. His rival averaged 20.4 points his 5 Game 7 of the finals. In 2 of those finals in Game 7, Wilt averaged just 19.5 points, 2 losses. Despite forming the first super team, still failed to beat an aging Boston team and not taking advantage of Game 7 versus New York, Willis Reed hobbling. The Knicks dominated his Lakers. Despite finally leading the Lakers to the 72 title, Wilt left a lot to be desired in the playoffs. Had he dominated more and won 5 or 6 titles, probably in the GOAT debate. Elvin Hayes of the Washington Bullets, a complex legacy, excellent numbers, 16-year career, 12-time All-Star, averaged 21 points, 12.5 boards, just 45% shooting, 96 total postseason games. Numbers of 23 and 13 on many great teams, but shot his team out the gym many nights, barely looked to pass. On a loaded roster in 75, the most talented player on a 60-win team got swept by the heavy underdog Warriors, where the Bullets supposed to be the one doing the sweeping. Hayes underwhelming, average under 21 and 11. Just 42% from the field, never had a memorable playoff moment or performance that truly stood out. Having high numbers but super forgotten as more years go by, known for not getting along with teammates. Despite having decent numbers in the 78 finals, his lone championship season, Hayes shockingly wasn't even finals MVP. Instead, Captain Wes Unseld averaged 9 points a game, won the award. Hayes only 12 points the final game, fouled out with more than 8 minutes left. His team maintained the lead. Elvin simply not a popular player for his time despite the talent, while Unseld did the intangibles, combined with his past playoff failures, not being on the floor most of the fourth quarter of that Game 7, a little stain towards his legacy, and arguably the most overlooked power forward all time. Patrick Ewing of the New York Knicks, the greatest New York player all time, one of the most beloved players to never win a title, led the franchise to 13 straight postseasons, 4 Eastern Conference Finals, lost to Hakeem and outplayed in the biggest stage, never truly had another superstar by his side, inconsistent playoff performer, an 8-19 playoff record versus Michael Jordan, only averaged above 25 a game in 2 playoff runs, even in the 94 semis, had a 1-point game, 0 of 10 shooting Game 3 versus Indiana, before bouncing back Game 7. Ewing also shot below 50% 6 of the 7 finals games in 94. Game 6 and 7, 6 of 20, then 7 of 17, the 2 biggest games of his career. 2 opportunities to close out, failed to crack above 25 points in any of the finals matchups versus Hakeem, 160 shot attempts for 132 points, a true shooting percentage of 39, an awful last second moment, Game 7 of the 95 semis down 2, blew the point blank layup that would have tied it, went for a finger roll instead of a dunk, played through countless of injuries, especially the later 90s, a torn Achilles, the 99 playoffs, couldn't play in those finals. Simply didn't get it done when it mattered most. Karl Malone of the Utah Jazz, being one of the victims of MJ, the longevity allowed him to excel well into his late 30s as a superstar, went from shooting above 51% regular season play to just 46 in the playoffs, way more predictable offensively, but constantly got to the line to make up for his poor shooting. Although Karl might be the 3rd all-time leading scorer, his half-court scoring in the playoffs super limited. Given head coach Jerry Sloan didn't adapt as fast, a limited strategy, teams knew the Malone-Stockton Jazz playbook inside out, and having poor team construction outside of the stars, also wasn't an elite closer, better suited receiving the ball from Stockton on the pick and pop and playing in the post. Combined with Utah starting centers never being an offensive threat, Malone did miss a pair of free throws. Game 7 96 conference finals would have cut it to 1, got rattled after Scottie Pippen told him the mailman don't deliver on Sundays, proceeded to miss both free throws Game 1, followed by MJ hitting a game winner. Utah lost that game 84-82, a poor 23 points, limited to 14 of 32 combined the last 2 games of the 97 finals. Scoring just 19 and 21 points each, failed to grab double-digit rebounds, 5 of 9, then 7 of 15 from the line, 43% shooting overall those finals, from 55% his MVP regular season. Although Malone did play better in the 98 finals, Jordan stripped the ball from him Game 6, leading to the shot for title number 6. Malone limited to 20-point average the following semis, losing to Portland, had 8 points elimination Game 6, 3 of 16 shooting, which ended the Malone-Stockton contention era. Vince Carter, 22 years in the league, 1 conference finals appearance. Air Canada supposed to be one of the best players in the game. Too many poor postseason performances, from losing in Game 7 of the 01 semis all the way to after 2005. In his prime, didn't win a playoff game for nearly 5 years. Only out the first round once with Toronto. Missed the potential game winner Game 7 versus Iverson, 20 points, 6 of 18 shooting. Attended his college graduation in UNC the morning of that game, swept 0-5 with the Nets, outplayed by second-year Dwayne Wade, won 6 of 22 Game 4, struggled mightily the 07 Cavs series, held to averaging under 20 points, 35% shooting, locked up by Slasha Pavlovich, shot 6 of 23 Game 4, a week 4 of 11 for 11 points Game 6, the last full season of the Kid Carter Jefferson era, after traded to Orlando in 2009, viewed as one of the title favorites 2010 and a supposed upgrade from Hedo Turkoglu, a no-show in the conference finals, heavily outplayed by Paul Pierce. VC averaged under 14 points, under 37% shooting. Pierce dominated him, putting up 24 a game on 51% shooting. Heck, Jameer Peter Nelson was better than Vince that series. Missed 2 late free throws of Game 2, Magic found themselves down 0-3, Orlando won Game 4 with Carter scoring just 3 points, 1 of 9 shooting, lacked passion for that series, didn't have the killer instinct. Magic would have been better off without Vince vs. Boston. Although Carter did become a useful role player the second half of his career, when depended upon as the go-to guy, simply didn't deliver like a true superstar. Carmelo Anthony, 83 postseason games, a disappointing record of 28-55, not pretty one bit, 23.1 points decent, but bad efficiency, 41% from the field, his lack of postseason success, the biggest negative of his career, especially only getting past round 1 twice in 13 postseasons, tied for the most playoff appearances, 11, alongside Terry Porter, which his team failed to win a single series. Last time being a main option in the playoffs, 2013 New York. Simply didn't fit with Russ and PG's Thunder, upset it in 6, had a lot of pressure to perform as a Knick, but just winning one series between 2011 to 2017 won't do him justice. Being traded mid-season, giving up way too much depth, New York never compensated by adding good players, while Jokic's first 3 postseasons, already twice as many series wins than Melo's 7 seasons with the Nuggets. DeMar DeRozan, 47% shooting regular season to under 42 for the playoffs, claiming he would have won a title had he been with the 2019 team instead of Kawhi. An absolute travesty of a statement. Outside of his 2019 Spurs postseason, DeMar shot below 44% the 6 other years, just like how DeRozan had incredible regular seasons. Doesn't have that drive in the playoffs. The total opposite of Jimmy Butler. DeMar the lowest career plus-minus all-time in postseason play. When the pressure gets to him, that's how he got the nickname The Frozen in the first place. Got swept having home court first round 2015 vs. Washington, lost 10 straight to LeBron's Cavs, including a disgusting 16.8 point average 2018 semis, benched by Dwayne Casey in crunch time, too much of a one-dimensional ISO scorer, no plan B, lacked scoring versatility like the Kawhis and KDs of the world, bad 3-point shooter, way too predictable, teams able to take away his sweet spots, prevents him from ever establishing any rhythm. When teams don't play that hard in regular season, DeMar averaged close to 28 a game for 2022 in MVP talks, but of course melted, losing to Milwaukee first round in 5, average under 21 points, 41% from the field, also not effective on D, folds badly every playoffs, only one time in 11 series had DeMar average above 24 points, 14 seasons in, only passed the second round once. The fact that he led the 2018 Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins, only to get benched the last 2 games and outplayed by Kyle Korver, the definition of folding under pressure. James Harden, extremely frustrating given his mastery in many regular seasons. The ugly no-show elimination games, especially the peak Rocket days, carried the super heavy loaded offense in many regular seasons, looked gas facing tighter defenses, especially come second round time, a combination of having injured teammates, himself being hurt 2021 Nets on one leg, 7 times and counting, lost to the eventual champs, his game predicated on the ticky-tack fouls, doesn't get the same call in the playoffs, attempts fewer free throws despite playing more minutes, having the most postseason games shooting below 25% while attempting at least 10 shots all time, starting from 2015 Game 5 Golden State, 12 turnovers, 2 of 11 shooting, 2017 Game 6 San Antonio, no Kawhi, no Parker, 2 of 11, 10 points, lost by 39. Game 7 2018 without CP3 couldn't get it done. An awful 4 of 9 shooting. Elimination Game 6 2022 vs Miami, 11 points. Historically all-time bad meltdowns for a superstar his caliber. Still a chance to redeem himself if Harden can have a monster run and make the NBA Finals again. But now age 33, youth not on his side, but a couple big monster series can change his perception forever. Ben Simmons, outside of the Atlanta series, looked like he was going to be a top-tier superstar, dominated the Heat his first ever postseason, but absolutely melted. Game 2 to Boston 2018, scored 1 point, 0 of 4 from the field, over 30 minutes, lost the game when Brett Brown subbed out TJ McConnell. That should have been a wake-up call to fix his jumper, but that wasn't even his worst game. Collapsed under the spotlight, attempted just 5 shots, Game 7 versus Toronto, 34% from the line 2021 playoffs, too scared to take a damn shot in the fourth. An all-time mental breakdown, passing up a wide open dunk Game 7, hasn't recovered since. His play on the court, mentally impaired these days, an all-time collapse for the ages. Karl-Anthony Towns, the soon-to-be 28-year-old, yet to win a playoff series, weak numbers of 18.6 points, 33 from deep, 3.8 fouls, a 4-12 playoff record, constantly makes dumb mistakes all over the place, commits stupid fouls, throws him off his game, having no go-to moves, all freestyle, when gets double teamed hard, fails to make quick decisions, always in his own head, doesn't stay focused, no killer instinct, scored 30 points just once in 16 playoff games, not a reliable first option in postseason play, never seems to fix the bad habits, super passive, not good on defense, questionable work ethic, simply doesn't want to win as badly as others.
Other players who's underperformed in many playoff bounds given their contracts: Harrison Barnes, an absolute travesty in the clutch. 2023 first round disappearing act versus former team, shot a lot of bricks to 2016 finals. Eric No-Show Bledsoe with the Bucks. Tobias Harris, too much disappearing acts for his fat contract. And former All-Star George McGinnis, a Hall of Famer, but underachieved 2 seasons with Dr. J Sixers in 77 and 78, shot an awful 39% from the field and 14-point average those playoffs, comparing to averaging 21 points in the regular season. While Andre Drummond, 2-15 record in the playoffs? Are you kidding me? My goodness. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Which one of these stars disappoints you most come playoff time? Who did you have faith in to get it done year after year but always keeps disappointing you? I love to know your comments down on the section below, and I'll see you guys next time.